In a matter of moments, we're going to be joined by the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. It was 15 years ago today, April 16th, 2005, if my math is correct. 2020 minus 15 would be 2005. Chuck Liddell fought Randy Couture at UFC 52 in Las Vegas, Nevada. It was a rematch of a fight that Chuck Liddell lost, came back, and won the undisputed light heavyweight championship. Did he... New York Rick is telling me, I don't see Chuck Liddell here. Chuck, if you're here, just write hello or something like that. I get a lot of comments in here. It gets a little crazy. I might have missed it. So if you could just give me a hello, and I will add you. UFC 52, when it happened at the time, it was the highest grossing event in UFC, actually in North American MMA history. So it was yes. How great is this? Instagram Live with the legend. Had GSP on Tuesday, Shaquille O'Neal on Wednesday, and now in a matter of seconds, there he is, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
You're here.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can see you and I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
No, I got you loud and clear, my man. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. First off,
your voice got so quiet when I joined. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, it's weird. Instagram is weird. But no, we're good now. Everything's good. First off, how's your family doing in this crazy time? Everyone doing okay?
Everybody's doing good. We're hanging in there.
Okay, good. You doing workouts? You keeping in shape, Chuck?
Oh man, I'm just getting back in shape. I had those 2 surgeries and had some time off, and it took a little more time off than I should have. But I get comfortable. But I'm getting back in shape. Yeah, we're doing good. I got my gym, got my garage cleaned out right away. Got my old gym in there. Been going on hikes and hitting the bag and moving around. Yeah, getting back to it.
For those that don't know, Chuck, what were the 2 surgeries?
I had my neck fused, and I had my partial knee replacement.
Oh wow! Okay, and how are you now?
Both wear and tear. They both been slowly dying. Sorry.
I like
both
that.
Slowly, beating them up over 40 years of doing martial arts and football and wrestling and whatever else I was doing. Whatever crazy stuff I've been doing. So, yeah, just it was all wear and tear injuries, and they just finally had to clean it up.
Wow, and how are you now? You have full mobility. You're okay.
Yeah, everything's great. I'm just getting now. I'm a little out of shape and a little just building the strength back up, but it should come back. Both surgeries, both doctors were real happy with them, and they said you should be able to be back to doing whatever you want to do.
Okay.
The knee replacement, I asked him before I did that, so what am I not going to be able to do? And he said, well, it's not it's not really what you're not going to be able to do. It's what shouldn't you do.
Right.
And, but he said, you do everything. If you want to run like you have the rest of your whole career, then I'll see you in about 10 years to get another one. I looked at him and went, oh, 10 years? Perfect. We're good.
I remember when they came out with the 30 for 30 on you and Tito. Some people were saying that you were walking around with a cane, and it was tough to see you in that condition. Was that right after the surgery? Is that why?
Yeah, I just had surgery.
Wow.
When you saw me doing that 30 for 30, I just had surgery.
Wow.
It was like 2 days before. I had surgery 2 days before that premiere on my knee.
Okay.
So
hence the cane. But you've been very busy. You actually are a part of a film that's coming out on May 16th on Fight TV. It's called Cage Fighter Worlds Collide. It's about an MMA fighter going up against a pro wrestler, the pro wrestler being John Moxley of AEW. And it's a big event, and there's a lot of famous people like yourself and Luke Rockhold, as far as the MMA world is concerned, who are in this film. Tell us, what is your involvement? What's your role in this movie?
Actually, I get to play coach. So I kind of modeled it after, I was playing the coach that he's been the main fighter. It's been his coach for his whole career. And he takes this fight, blows it off. And I don't want to give away too much of what's going on in the story, but then he winds up leaving me and going to someone else and then working through it.
Oh,
But it's kind of fun because I got to try to play it kind of like John. I was playing, it's like a big brother or, father figure to the fighter. So it was kind of cool.
yeah. I was going to ask you that. Did you channel your inner John Hackelman? Did you take things that he said to you?
I wasn't as funny as John usually is. He's a little crazier than they wanted me for the show, but it was, but yeah, I was kind of trying to play the kind of, it was kind of his kind of character. The guy had a lot of heart, cared a lot about his fighter, cared, just overall good dude. So it was fun to play that.
You enjoy acting? Is this something you want to do more of now that you've retired from active fighting?
Oh yeah, I've been I actually just signed on with ICM, and
Oh, wow.
we're interviewing some acting coaches.
If someone says, all right, we like you, but we need you to shave the mohawk, grow out your hair, shave the mustache, like we need a makeover, a Chuck makeover, would you do it for the perfect role? Would you be okay with that?
Oh, of course. I shaved my face off and kind of started to grow it at the military for the last movie I did I did a military movie, and yeah, I mean I'm happy. I'll grow if they want me to. I'll grow my hair long if I have enough time. I don't care. I like to play roles. I actually like to go play someone besides me, so that's fun for me. That's interesting to me. I mean, I don't mind playing me. I mean, playing a tough guy and playing the hard ass in a movie. I don't mind that, but I prefer, I prefer doing stuff that's, people don't expect, and it's fun. It's fun doing stuff that people don't expect you to do. Making people laugh and doing other things.
In this film, are you playing Chuck Liddell or are you playing a character?
I'm a coach. I'm kind of channeling John. I'm playing more like a character, I try to play a coach like John, because more to me it was that coach. I'm more of me as a coach. I'm a little different. I'm not exactly John. I get nuts. I threaten to throw chairs at my fighters. I don't know. I get a little crazy out there. So, but yeah, I mean it's a really cool. It's a really cool kind of thing that I don't know. It's not going to be in the U.S. It's not coming out. They're not doing that. They're the guys that finance the show. They want to do an opening in the fall, so they want to actually have a regular opening and do that in the fall in the U.S. So it'd be all the other markets. So, but it's going to be cool. It's a one-night thing. It's like a pay-per-view event, and then we're actually I think. In a couple of the regions, I'm going to do a Q&A right after a live Q&A, right after the show.
Yeah, that'll be on Fight TV. There's going to be a roundtable, and yeah, you're right. It is going to be available everywhere outside of the U.S. for now, but sort of like what happened with Trolls last weekend, where they're putting things out on VOD because people can't go to the theaters. On May 16th, people can watch it as a pay-per-view event, one night only. And like I said, there's a lot of famous people involved, so I suggest everyone check it out. I've seen some stuff about it, and it looks really cool. Also, coincidentally, today is the 15th-year anniversary of you versus Randy 2, UFC 52, which, as I was saying at the time, was the highest attended event in North American MMA history and the biggest gate ever, well over 2 million. And it's pretty amazing because I have to be honest, Chuck, when I booked you to do this, I didn't realize that today was the 15th year anniversary of that fight. It was my man, New York Rick, who reminded me of that. So it's incredible. When I say UFC 52, your rematch against Randy, what a big moment that was after The Ultimate Fighter Season 1. What comes to mind? What are the memories that come to mind?
Well, the first thing I thought of, everyone always asks me, what's your favorite fight? What's your best fight? What's the biggest thing? It always comes back to that's the one. I mean, if I have to pick one, there's so many fights that I enjoy. There's so many great memories. But if there's one that had to be it, I avenged the loss. I finally got the title I was looking for. We just come off a really successful show that we did, and the sport was exploding. So, I mean, it was a very exciting time, and that was and I got to end it the way I like to end it. It was clean knockout. So, yeah, it had to be my favorite fight of all time.
Yeah, all the stars aligned, right? Because it was the week after the tough finale. Forrest and Stefan, they're in attendance. There's so much buzz about the sport, as you said.
Do you recall the moment where you realized like things are changing here? This isn't the old UFC anymore. Something is different now, and this is going to be a really big deal. Do you remember what happened to lead you to think that?
Honestly, it was, I think that one of the things I always go back to, always reminds me of, is I go back and I used to be able to tell before Tough. I used to be able to walk through a mall or whatever, and I could tell you which guys might know who I am. Right? And then I was walking through a mall in Miami, or no, it was Tampa, Florida, and some lady, probably late 50s, early 60s, come, hey, great fight last night.
Wow.
Oh, what? Like, how did she know? And it was just people, hey, you're that guy. I started getting the people pointing at me. Now I'm actually used to it. I'm just used to it. People, my friends go, do you see all these people talking about you walking by? No, not really. I'm used to it now. But back then it was like, wow, what's going on? So it got crazy fast.
Did your life dramatically change after that fight?
No, not really. Not right away. I got a little bit bigger house. Still lived in San Luis Obispo. It was nice having, everyone's like, man, how do you live here? How do you live there? There's nothing to do. I mean, it's a beautiful place, great people, not a lot of distractions. Great place to have a fight camp.
Do you remember, can I ask, maybe you don't want to answer, but I'm just curious, for a fight of that magnitude, do you remember how much you got paid for it?
For that fight, I think, well, actually, they did a really nice thing after that thing, because they came to me right a week before and said, hey, how come you didn't try to renegotiate for this fight? That was the one after I won. No, I was still getting $1 a buy, or I don't know, it was something. I probably made like $380 or $400,000 for that fight.
Okay. And what's that story though?
I think my actual contracted amount was maybe 80 and 80 or 60 and 60 plus pay-per-view.
But you made way more than that.
I'd had pay-per-view for a while, but that was the first one that ever even came close to hitting pay-per-view.
Right. What's that story that you were saying though? They did a really nice thing for you.
After that fight, before I fought the next fight, they came to me like a week before, like, hey, how come everyone always renegotiates when we become champ? How come you try to renegotiate? I just looked at it and was like, I got 2 more fights on my contract. We usually negotiate when there's one left. And they actually wrote me a check. They gave me an extra check for $120 extra dollars for that, $120,000 extra for that. It was pretty cool of them. But
when's the last time you watched that fight?
What?
When's the last time you watched that fight?
Which one?
The Randy rematch, UFC 52.
Oh, the Randy rematch. Actually, I've seen the knockout a few times recently because people posted them on. But I haven't watched the whole fight in a long time.
So one of the big talking points in the fight is that his striking was very effective in the first fight, and so he stuck to that game plan, didn't try to wrestle. Obviously, it wasn't a very long fight, but were you surprised that he didn't shoot on you? I don't believe he shot on you once in that second fight. Were you surprised about that?
I wasn't giving him a chance. The problem in the first one, I went back and looked at the tape and of the first fight, and when I about 3.5 minutes into that, watching the first fight, I said, I got this. I'm going to beat him. I walked out of the room when we were all together watching the fight. That was the first time I'd watched the fight since I lost. I usually watch it right after and do all that stuff. I couldn't do it. I was so, but not bummed that I lost to Randy. I was so bummed that I let Tito off the hook at the time. I was like, that crushed me that I let him off the hook. I was so upset. And really what happened was I tore my MCL 8 weeks out. Now, when I fought Randy, I was 100% healthy. But I think whether it was cockiness or just thinking I'll be fine, it's not a big deal. I figured if I got healthy, I know how to wrestle, I know how to do my jiu-jitsu, I'll be fine. I just will not wrestle all the way through the camp. So just do my striking and do my do a little bit of drills on sprawling a little bit, but just protect that knee all camp. This was before the first fight. So I protected it the whole time. And when I got there, he started, I saw the first shot that he took me down with, and when I'm watching the films, he went like this, all the way back and rolled in and shot. You can't take, I have better reactions than that. He should never have gotten close to taking me down with that shot. But my reaction time, I hadn't wrestled in 6 weeks. My reaction time was off. And anybody who knows fighting, wrestling conditioning and regular cardio are two different things. Striking conditioning and running and all that stuff, and wrestling conditioning are two different things. So, when I saw that thing, I was flat. I was dog tired at 3 minutes into the first round, and I could see my flat-footed, not moving anymore, and right there, I'm like, you know what? I show up ready for this. I'm going to beat him, and I did. And that was the thing. One of the big things with Randy is I just keep moving. As long as you keep moving and give him angles, they can't get set. He can't get set to shoot. I wasn't giving him a chance to take a shot at me. I didn't want him getting a clean shot at me, taking a good shot. So I don't think that he tried so much. I always say I don't think he tried so much not to take me down. I'm sure he wanted to. I'm sure he planned on taking me down and wanted to take me down, but I didn't give him the opportunity early. I mean, he was going to have to work for it this time.
Yeah, there was one moment right before the knockout where it appeared as though you may have accidentally poked him in the eye. What do you remember of that? Did you poke him clean?
I don't remember watching it. I think I didn't do it on purpose, obviously, but I mean,
sure.
I don't know, maybe I did. I don't know.
Yeah, and then moments after you knocked him out, and you knocked him out cold. He had never been
you froze
like
for a second. I don't know if that's my thing.
Oh, maybe it's freezing up here. It looks like it's calibrating. Oh, there he is. You're back. So we were talking about, okay, that finishing sequence. Do you hear a weird echo now, or is that just me? I'm going to take these off.
Yeah, this is fine.
Anyway,
I
remember the fight. So and he was coming at me, and I pivoted off perfect and caught him straight from the side. I mean, it was picture perfect for stepping off and pivoting out. That's what I wanted to get him coming forward and get him to run into something.
And so, your relationship with Randy, what was it like? Was there animosity there?
The first fight, I've never had animosity. Before the first fight, he was at my gym. I think he got the call when he was training at my. Anyway, he got the call while he was training at my gym with us. I thought they were talking about him fighting Gann, because I heard a call and they're going to have him fight Gann. Okay, we'll keep Gann away from him while we're training. And then I find out he leaves, and they called him to fight me. So I was like, which is funny, because I used to do a thing when I was in my half guard where I dropped my leg and let him pass. I dropped my inside my bottom leg and I let him pass. And as soon as they pass, I hip hiked out and stand up. And it worked great with guys, especially with wrestlers, because they're real aggressive with that quick pass if you give it to them. Well, I was so mad when I was on the bottom, and I actually thought it during the fight, or during the first fight, like that bastard, because his buddy was asking me stuff, was asking me questions, and I showed him that. I actually showed him that one of my setup where I just dropped my leg and let him pass. I kind of make him fight for a second, then drop it and let him go real fast. And I tried to do it to Randy in the fight, and he's like, "No, I'll stay right here." He wouldn't back. I'm not going fast. I was like, I was sitting there for a second, going, shaking my head. Damn it!
When you guys,
I've known him for a long time. I mean,
when you were filming The Ultimate Fighter, did you realize that it was going to be a big deal, or only afterwards?
Oh, we didn't know, man. It was this. Hey, we knew it was a big shot for it. You know, they're taking another shot at this is a big deal. I thought it was going to be a big deal. I actually got in a fight with my manager over because Dana didn't want to extend my contract 2 fights because I had 1 fight left. And then I'd be done if I did that after I fought right before that. I would have been done with the Randy fight with 52. So he wanted 2 more fights after that. But before I signed up to do the show, and I was like, "Look, man. One, I want a title. I want that title shot again. Period. I don't care. Whatever. You can send a couple fights, whatever." And 2, I thought it was it's the first time we're going to be on free TV, getting people to check us out for free and see this sport for free. So I want to be there. And he got an argument. He wanted to hold out for more money, and he thought I didn't trust him enough, and he got mad and he quit. Probably kicking himself in the butt now, but he quit. So I actually paid him for the next 2 fights because he negotiated them, but he's a good guy. We're still friends, but he's like, oh man. So it was great.
That's great memories. By the way, I'm curious. Did you see that picture that was posted of you and Connor back in UFC '93, and then you looking at Connor with the weigh-ins?
He posted that a long time ago when he was first getting in the UFC, and he wasn't the first guy that did that, and I thought it was cool. But it was really I thought it was a great, it's really cool to have guys that get it. I was a big fan of yours, and you got me in MMA, and now I'm fighting in the UFC. Now I'm here. It's really cool. And then after that, obviously, even after the first tweet about where he said it about that, he's gone. Man, he took it to another level. So that's awesome. I mean, I remember meeting him. Not there, no. No, I met him. The first time I met him that I remember meeting him was in Ireland.
He shows you a lot of love, though.
Oh yeah, no. He's a great fighter, and I have a lot of respect for him. I mean, a lot of his fans get mad at me because I'll say I don't like the way he talks shit. I don't like the way he does some of that stuff. But I get it. I understand it. I mean, it's not my thing. It's not the way I like. But I tell people I did an interview one time, and that was the thing was I didn't like the way he talks trash, right? And I get all this hate stuff from people. I'm like, read the article. You obviously haven't read the article. I said he's one of the top 5 guys I like to watch fight. And I'll be probably one of my favorite guys to watch fight, other than guys that are actually personal friends of mine. Because I mean, as much as he talks the talk, he comes out and walks the walk. He goes out and he fights with reckless abandon most of the time. He'll run across the ring and do a jump kick at a guy that's a wrestler, and he probably shouldn't be doing that, but he does because that's what he does.
How do you feel about the UFC trying to put on events in the midst of this?
I think it's great. I mean, they should. I mean, it's one of those things. Like, you gotta let people do what they do. I mean, people need entertainment. If the fighters are willing to do it, and obviously you gotta kind of limit the amount of people. You can't have the big crowds. I'm not a doctor. I don't know all that stuff, but having the fights. I mean, these guys, they need to make a living, and like everybody, eventually we got to get back to making a living. I mean, this is one of those things and I just don't like guys missing out, like, especially the guys that already trained for fight and it's one of those things. You go through almost a full fight camp. You've already paid all your money, put all your time in, done all your stuff. Now you're not getting paid. It's not like a regular job. You're not getting paid as you do it. You're actually paying out as you do it, as you're going through, and then you get paid back your expenses and plus your pay. It's a different thing. So I'd love to see. I didn't want to see. I want to see Tony fight Khabib. I was so bummed about that fight when they were saying they're going to try to keep that going. They're going to find someplace for them. Oh, come on, please. You got to find someplace. It'd be great, you know. But then shoot, man, if they could have done it right now with no other sporting events going on, nothing else going on, that fight, I mean, that would have to have been the biggest pay-per-view of all time, I'm sure, for MMA, at least.
Who wins?
I got Tony. I think I think he's a bad matchup for Khabib. I mean, Tony's comfortable on his back. He's not going to gas out in the first 2 rounds after if Khabib is able to stay on top of him for 2 rounds. I mean, I hear he's got some guys I know that roll with Khabib. He's got sick control on control. So, are you frozen?
Yeah, you cut up there. I hear you now. Can you start the answer over?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Khabib, he's crazy, top control, and he's crazy at stuff. But I mean, I don't think the thing is that a couple other guys have made it past into the 3rd round, where they're still, but they just didn't have it. Like Khabib, even McGregor, he made it to the 3rd round. He just had nothing left. He didn't have when he came out tired, and then Conor came out, it just was Khabib come out. I thought Khabib was kind of taking it back taking a little break in the 3rd round, and Conor just didn't have anything left to put him away, or to be able to hit him. He had no power left, and the problem is Tony's not going to have that. He's going to have to be able to go. Unless he catches him, or catches Tony, or does something. I mean, Tony's tough, and Tony hits hard, and Tony is a good wrestler, and I just I think it's the match styles make fights, and I actually and then after that I'll be interested. I'd really be interested to see the Conor fight.
I think I know what you said there. Conor fight the winner of Tony and Khabib. The connection isn't great. And Chuck, I've taken up 30 minutes of your time, so I will let you go, my man. Thank you very much. Check out Cage Fighter Worlds Collide May 16th on Fight TV. It's a great film. It's available to everyone outside of the United States.
Fight too.
Thank you, Chuck, and congratulations on everything, and happy anniversary, UFC 52. Yeah. This is the beauty of modern internet. Chuck, God bless. We'll talk to you soon, my man. All the best. All right. There he is, Chuck Liddell. Thank you very much to him. Let me put this back up here. Well, sometimes the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh. Chuck Liddell, you're the man. Thank you very much for doing this. Again, check out Cage Fighter Worlds Collide on Fight TV on May 16th. Available outside of the United States. Some great people involved in that. And also, today is the 15-year anniversary or the 15th anniversary? I guess the 15th year anniversary? Is it the 15th year anniversary or is it the 15-year anniversary? I don't know. How is my connection? Is it all right? Okay, hit me up with 10 questions very fast. Hit me up with 3 questions right now. I'm going to answer them right here on the spot because I love you all. Here we go. Starting Cover the truth. All right, no questions. I think it takes a while for them to populate, and well, I'm being summoned. So, what am I going to do by my big nose? It's going to be here. Happy birthday, Nate Diaz and Gina Carano. Me and Ben Askren are in talks, so stay tuned for that. Hashtag Helwani Boxing. Adesanya's next fight will be against Paulo Costa. Do I think UFC 249 will actually happen? Yes. Best video game to play growing up, NBA Jam. Who's my all-time best fighter? George St. Pierre. Henry Dominic is going to be great, and I like the fact that that is the fight that they're going with because it's a great story. Helwani versus Askren is coming. I don't think Khabib will be fighting in May because of Ramadan. Hello, Axel. Adesanya and Costa is not going to happen soon, but maybe the end of the year. The end of the summer. Unfortunate about WWE. My favorite rapper of all time, probably, that's a tough one. Drake, the sixth god himself, at Champagne Poppy. Let him know. I want to do one of these with him. I want to talk to Champagne Poppy. Have I watched Rocky yet? No. Do I train martial arts? Yes. Hashtag Helwani Boxing. Rest in peace, Howard Finkel, not Harry Finkel or Henry Finkel. Howard Finkel, the Fink, the best ring announcer of all time. And who would I have taken, Khabib or Tony? I would have taken the fans. All right, there we go. I think that was 10. Favorite poster of all time? Ooh, the Pride ones back in the day. What's soft? Black Wednesday was horrible. All right, this was fun. Thank you. We've been doing a lot of content for all of you. And, Chuck is writing again. Tony is a 10th planet guy and a great scrambler with crazy conditioning. Styles make fights. That's right. That's right. Hey, I respect it. 10th planet guys got to stick together. All right. Thank you, Chuck Liddell. Watch Cage Fighter Worlds Collide on May 16th. I'm out. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later.